Life continues happily and until the squire's wife becomes ill again and the doctor advises them to leave the country for a healthier climb. So from the first from that from the first place, Duchess house, from that here is from the Victorian England. From that, when it came to Square's Jordan house, yes, first it was worried, but later by becoming the friends all of there and for the taking care, yes, here Black Beauty was very happy. But it continued. But how much time? Yes, when Square Jordan's wife become ill again, so she got some kind of health issue again. Up to that, this Black Beauty's life was very pleasant. But when it was happened, so the life continues happily until the Square's wife becomes ill again, and the doctor advises them to leave the country for a healthier climb. So for the health point of view, leave this country and go to another place, and there you take the treatment. Like that, the doctor suggested to Square Jordan, to who has illness, Square Jordan's wife. So that's why Square Jordan and Square Jordan's wife both should leave that country. So they can leave. But what about these animals? Yes, see that. So up to that, the life was full of happy and it was going on very smooth and silently. But Square Jordan and his family thus leave and sell Merrylegs to one buyer and Ginger and Black Beauty to another buyer. So see that. So they, whatever the horses they have, they needed to sell it to give to some other. So they started to sell. So Merrylegs, another beautiful horse. So they sell Merrylegs to another buyer, and Ginger and Black Beauty to one buyer. So they sell this one. These two, all these horses. And from this point onward, Beauty's story becomes a struggle as he falls victim to ignorant treatment and negligence from a series of new owners. Yes, up to that just two only, and all the grooms also very well. That's why they are very kind, very careful people. That's why life was very smooth and silent. But when Square Jordan sold to another buyer, from that onwards some kind of struggles started in the life of Black Beauty. So what happened? See that Black Beauty from this point onwards, so from that onwards, Beauty's story becomes a struggle. So from that point onwards, Beauty's life started some kind of struggles as he falls victim to ignorant treatment. So even that is he became the victim, that is Black Beauty became the victim for the ignorant treatment. So lack of knowledge, they were not giving the proper guidance, care to him, and negligence from a series of new owners. So these owners, next to whoever bought this Black Beauty, those owners started to neglect. Because of that, this Black Beauty became the victim. Okay, ma. So what is the meaning of negligence? Negligence means not of caring much, right, ma? So here they give some big meaning. So see this, ma, negligence. Negligence means a failure to take proper care over something. So anything, if you are not taking proper care, that we call it negligence. Right, ma? Suppose if you don't keep your books properly, your mom says you are neglecting all the work and you are not doing properly. Like this we say, na? So the same way here also, because of the negligence of the owners, this Black Beauty became the victim also. So what happened? One night, a drunk groom causes Beauty to fall. So a drunk groom. The groom means who are caring after this horses. Na? So that was completely, that person completely taken alcohol fall, and he was the cause for the beauty to fall. So suddenly the horse fell down. What happened? Actually, it has fell down means it's somewhat problem to the beauty. But what happened? That is an unlucky incident that kills the groom and permanently scars beauty, turning him from a fashionable carriage horse to a horse for hire. Yes, what happened? So that night, suddenly when it was fallen, immediately that is an unlucky incident happened that kills the groom. So suddenly the groom died. So this black beauty kills the groom. So then what happened? Permanent scars beauty. So total life, throughout life it was happened, some scar, bad thing happened. So then immediately turning him from a fashionable carriage horse to a horse for hire. So then that is if you kill the human beings means how can we take to the there is a one place to another. So it's very difficult. Actually up to that what it was work, there is a he's a fashionable carriage horse. So that is nothing but carts we have, no, but king's carts like this. But when this because of this black beauty, when this groom died, then a lifetime scar happened to his, throughout his career, and then he changed to a horse for hire. So to do some kinds of works for that it was. So the groom decides he cannot keep a horse in such a scarred state, so he sells beauty. Beauty goes through a number of buyers until he ends up a job horse to be rented out by drivers. So what happened? So this kind of horse is not necessary to be in my state, in my place. Like that the owner thought it and better to sell this black beauty, that he decided. So he sold that one, and the groom decided to sell that one. So the groom decides he cannot keep a horse in such a scarred state, so he sells beauty. So later he sold this black beauty. So then beauty goes through a number of buyers. So like that one by one. So from this groom, another person bought this black beauty, and later he sold another, and that person sold another, that person sold another. Like that number of buyers they have taken, and later where it ended, until he ends up a job horse to a rented out by drivers. So the drivers, they have taken the horses for renting. That is to use the transportation for that purpose. From the owners they take for rent for 1 day or 2 days, and they do the work, and later they submit back. Nowadays how they take the rented cars or rented vehicles, we are taking the same way here also. So here for the first time he meets bad drivers, and because these drivers often do not know how to properly drive or take care of horses, he receives long-term physical harm. Yes, of course. Generally cart horses or bullock carts, if you take, it must see that continuously the drivers hit the horses or bulls. Bullock cart also, if you see, continuously they hit the horses with the stick. The same way very bad drivers face maximum time, they don't know how to treat the horses. So continuously, generally for the procession point of view or else the king's procession point of view means they never hit the horses, because if they go fast means it's a distance total procession. But here drivers means they want to go fast, and even they didn't move the chain of it, but immediately first they try to beat them. So this kind of bad treatment faced by this our black beauty from the drivers. So because the drivers often do not know how to properly drive or take care of horses. Yes, they don't know how to drive properly, at the same time how to take care of the horses also. That's why long time physical harm, that means these horse drivers were beating them continuously. So when beauty is finally sold to London cab driver Jerry Barker, so at last this black beauty was sold to the London cab driver. So that person name is Jerry Barker. It looks looks like maybe he will be okay. So that is when it was sold, maybe somewhat okay, like that he thought it. That is a Jerry Baker. So it looks like maybe he will be okay. So the Jerry Baker is looking like maybe somewhat he is okay, like that he thought. So Jerry is basically the harsh whisper of London cabbies, and beauty adores him. So that is actually this Jerry Baker is very has more and more cabs. That is a harsh whisper of London cabbies, in the London cabs. So for that transportation point of view, has more and more somewhat good name he had, and obviously that is a beauty adores him. Beauty admires him within a short time. So even though the work is hard, beauty grows to love his life with Jerry and the Baker family. So yes, even though it's compared to previous work, now it's a somewhat hard job it is, but still this Black Beauty adjusted and the care of Jerry Baker and his beautiful family also. Like that, this Black Beauty was enjoying it in that hard time also. But illness once again changes Beauty's fate, and after a near deadly round of bronchitis, Jerry gives up his London cab and moves to the country with his family. So but what happened, already Square Jordan's wife's health is not good, that's why this Black Beauty was sold to other owners, and again when its life was somewhat better, suddenly another thing happened. What happened here? So another Beauty's fate, it changes the Beauty's fate here. That is after a near deadly round of bronchitis. Bronchitis means you have no asthma, we call it. Children, they get a bronchitis, or else long time of cold cough issues, lungs issue, that we call it bronchitis. That is one kind of problem. So bronchitis means an illness in which a bronchial tubes become swollen, that is lungs somewhat swollen, that is a bronchitis that here happened. So Jerry gives up. So I mean nothing but like asthma. So that because of that problem, Jerry gives up his London. So he left the London and he went to the London cab and he went to the another state. So he has London cabs. So that he left it. Cabs left it means automatically he should leave off this Black Beauty also. So he moves to his another country with his family. So after that, Beauty suffers at the hands of brutal owners who work him until he literally drops. So maximum later different people have taken, the owners treated him brutal, very cruelly, and along the way he meets his old friend Ginger, who has been treated so cruelly that Beauty eventually sees her carted away dead. So that is in that way. So while it was going on with the different owners, once this Beauty met his old friend Ginger also, who has been treated so cruelly that Beauty eventually sees her carted away. So like that, and dead. So that Ginger also dead because of the cruel treatment of their owners. So although Beauty is nearly dead himself from overwork and injury, he is saved by the prospective horse doctor, who thinks he can still be fixed up and sold. So that is even almost it's a end of life, like that it happened because of the overwork and ill treatment, and Beauty is nearly dead himself from overwork and injury. Because of the overwork and injury, almost near to the death, I also cannot live long time. So he is saved by a prospective horse doctor. So one of the respected horse doctors that person has taken, and who thinks he can still be fixed up and sold. So the person, yes, somewhat health we can recover and later we can sell this Black Beauty. Like that the doctor thought about it, and Beauty is bought by a kind farmer and his grandson, who rehabilitate him. So later from that doctor, this Beauty was bought by our that is a farmer. So another farmer. Okay, Beauty was bought by a farmer. So this farmer and his grandson who rehabilitate him. So that is rehabilitate means recover or cure. Rehabilitate, even you know, that is rehabilitation center means cure from kind of illness. So rehabilitate him. Rehabilitate. So rehabilitate means recover from illness, we can take it, but here they gave a big meaning. Recover from illness. So a center where we can recover from illness, that kind of treatment we get it, that we can call it a rehabilitation center. So here this farmer and grandson, there is a rehabilitate him. So that is to return someone to a normal life after they have been in prison. So either in the prison or that is a health issues, to recover from that. So all these days very freedom like this it was, and suddenly like the cab driver it became. So now here they sell him at last to a family who recognizes him as Square Jordan's beloved Black Beauty. So later this farmer and his grandson looked after this Black Beauty to recover from its illness and to become normal. Later this farmer also sold, but who bought this Black Beauty, especially who found this Black Beauty is nothing but the Square Jordan's beloved Black Beauty. So they know that one. So those people they have taken. Beauty finds great happiness and peace in his home, a new home. So when they have taken now, this Beauty felt so happy because Square Jordan's that is a Square Jordan's means that is it's relatives or known people means they can look after very happily. So it is here that the story ends. So again in the new home, yes, last to a family who recognizes him, they sell him at last to a family who recognizes him as Square Jordan's beloved Black Beauty. So they sold, yes, when they recognized this horse is nothing but Square Jordan's beloved Black Beauty, then it went to the new home. So that is somewhat looking very beautiful. So Beauty is at peace, saying that often now, before he becomes fully awake, he feels like he is again under the trees of the orchard, standing contentedly with his old friends and talking with them. So before he becomes fully awake, so completely without knowing, that is already Square Jordan's Black Beauty, they know about me, like that means 100% they can look after me, like that this Black Beauty felt, and it was very happy, and that is at peace. Now yes, when it came to the new house, it felt so happy, very peace and pleasant, and before he becomes fully awake, that is without not completely recovered, there only he feels like he is again under the trees of orchard. So I came to the place again, a beautiful nature, and standing contentedly. Contented means very satisfactorily. So with the expression of happiness. What is the contentedly? Content means satisfaction, and contentedly means expression of happiness. So this Beauty has given the expression of happiness, that again it can enjoy the nature life here. It will get good friends in this place. So and with his old friends and talking with them. So again, so there's a Square Jordan's means already they have some old friends. So I can enjoy my life like that. The Beauty felt so happy. But in the throughout life, so first in initially how it was very happy, and again in the end of the life it reached to the pleasant life. But in the life that is Black Beauty faced so many struggles. The same human being life also same thing na? So initially when you are a child, when you are with your parents, at that time you lead a very pleasant life. But once when your life, it's a common, nothing but our life only ma. So when you come to engage your job and to settle in your life, and so many struggles, right, we face some kind of problems, and later again at the end of life some kind of settlement, old age. So by seeing the children, grandchildren, some kind of pleasant and satisfactory life we lead it. But in anyone's life in the middle of the period, some kind of problems, tensions we face, we should overcome them, right Nana? So this is the life of Black Beauty, how it faced, how it enjoyed, and later how it faced struggles, and later again how it came to the pleasant place. Okay Nana? So this is the story of Black Beauty. So once again read this lesson ma, and then you can understand the question answers also easily. Okay, so read the lesson. See you in the next class. See children, you have read the lesson na? So now today we can do the remaining grammar topics from this lesson. Okay Nana? So what's the first one we have? Vocabulary part ma. So already we have seen the meanings, but very important meanings what do we have? You should learn. So see the meanings once again. So what are those? First one is crucial. Crucial. C-R-U-C-I-A-L. Crucial means of great importance. Crucial means of great importance. And next one is Duchess. Duke's wife, I told you. Yes, Duchess. D-U-C-H-E-S-S. Duchess means wife of Duke. Wife of Duke. Next one, Spunky. Spunky. Spunky means S-P-U-N-K-Y. Spunky means courageous. Courageous. Who is courageous? For that we can use animals, especially spunky. And another one, feisty. Feisty. F-E-I-S-T-Y. Feisty means determined, strong, determined, decided. So feisty, that is determined. And intuition. Intuition. I think that one knows. I think that one knows. What we know already, that we can say intuition. That is already we have in idea about it in our mind. So intuition. And next one was splendidly. Splendidly. So very impressive manner. So splendidly means very impressive manner. Yes, if you do any work very beautifully, then we say very good, splendidly you have done. We say na? So that is very impressive manner. And aftermath. Aftermath means new grass growing after harvest. New grass growing after harvest, that we call it aftermath. And next one ma, exhausted. Exhausted means very tired. Yes, I'm so exhausted today by doing too much of work from the morning, since morning. So that is, we can say, yes, exhausted, very tired. Negligence. All we have negligence in sometimes. Na? Yes, negligence. Failure to take proper care over something. Failure to take proper care over something. If you are not caring something properly, if you fail to take care of something properly, that we can say negligence. And next one, bronchitis. Bronchitis. Bronchitis means an illness in which the bronchial tubes become swollen. Bronchial tubes become swollen. That is a breathing issues what we have, that we can call it in that one part. So that we call it bronchitis. And next one, rehabilitate. Rehabilitate. Rehabilitation centers also we call it. Rehabilitate. To return someone to a normal life after they have been in prison. So of course not only in prison, some kind of health issue also, but rehabilitate means recover. So to return someone to a normal life after they have been in prison. Okay, and next one, contentedly. Contentedly. Content means satisfaction. Contentedly means, yes, in a way that express happiness. In a way that expresses happiness. So we express happiness. Of course, when you are satisfied, then only we express our feelings, happiness. So very satisfactorily, that is expresses happiness, is called contentedly. Okay, Nan? So these are the vocabulary part. All of you learn this vocabulary words, then we can discuss next grammar topic. Okay, learn the vocabulary part.